content creators to trust LaCie Storage. And the second half of the show, I'm actually going to go through the entire LaCie product line. So it's going to be a little give and take, two different parts of the shows. I think if you're watching the whole show, we might go a little long to get everything, but when we go to post it online, we're going to break it up into the two pieces. Now, for the pre-show, what are we going to talk about today? I wanted to talk today about a little trivia contest for the pre-show. So a lot of people see that these drives are orange, and you're very familiar with these LaCie orange drives. Here we go. LaCie orange drive, or this is what you'll see, you know, if you go to the Apple store, this is the drive they'll put on when they're going to restore your laptop or, you know, fix your phone or whatever it's going to be. Well, a lot of people say, you know, why is this drive this shape and this color? Well, the first question we're going to ask is what does this drive remind you of? What imagery does it strike to you when you see something orange with this shape? And I want everyone to think about it for a second, and I'm going to let you really ponder it. I'm trying to give it away a little bit. You know, what is it we're talking about? What does it look like? The answer? A basketball. That's right. A basketball was the inspiration. A basketball is a rugged ball that you can use. You know, you dribble it, you drop it, it doesn't get broken. And that was the inspiration the designer says on why he came up with this look with the little ridges on it. See, it's got little ridges on it. You can see that it's orange in color. So these are inspired by basketballs. How cool is that? All right, so that does our pre-show. So now what I'm going to do is what I've learned I'm going to do with every show is I'm going to give a brief verbal introduction about what today's show is, and then we're going to run the bump. Today's show is all about LaCie, top 5 reasons for content creators to trust LaCie Storage. See you soon. And we're back. Today's show is all about LaCie drives. LaCie drives have been an industry standard for portable computing, portable backup, portable content creation. Today's show, we're going to go into the show in 2 segments. The first segment is going to be the top 5 reasons pro content creators trust LaCie Storage. And the second segment is going to be where we're really going to walk through all the products and all the content. First reason, you can capture and edit on set. Now, there's these small, I'm going to pick this one up, show it to the camera right here. This is my favorite drive in the world. I love this drive. This is the rugged SSD. It's a USB-C drive. I love it. It's fast enough, almost 1,000 megabytes per second for use with 4K editing workflows with ProRes or, you know, other 4K compressed formats. You can actually take the USB-C out of many camcorders that are out there and capture and directly edit on set. It's a great little workflow. LaCie actually has a page on their website where they link to all the cameras that are supported. But basically, if your camcorder's got USB-C out, this one's going to do the trick for you. Next, centralized workflows for your 4K, 6K, and beyond. Now, let's really concentrate on 4K. I think when we say 6K and 8K and beyond, we're really going future-wise. But let's look at all the different drives they have that can support these workflows. You've got the Big Dock Thunderbolt 3 RAID, you've got the 1 Big Dock SSD Pro, the 2 Big RAID, the rugged SSD Pro, of course, the orange one I talked about, the rugged SSD, and the 6 Big Dock Thunderbolt 3. All those drives have throughputs, which I consider in the 1,000 and up category, which is what you need to really produce 4K. Now, with run rates, with pass-through rates of about 480, you can do very compressed 4K. When you're getting into the more of the uncompressed ProRes RAW type workflows and the less compression, you really want to be in the closer to 1,000 megabytes per second. When we get to the second part of the show, we go through all the drive families. We're going to focus really on what those throughputs are for you. Take your files on the go. Trust LaCie's history of rugged readiness. Bring this timeline up. This is amazing, folks. A lot of people don't realize LaCie's been at this game since 2005 producing rugged drives. You know, in 2011, they added SSDs. We had Thunderbolt in 2014, 15, and now, you know, 2019, 2021, we've got these rugged drives, these ones right here. Like I said earlier in the show, I just love this unit. And can we go to the top for a second to show off some of these drives a little bit? So one of the things I want to show you is, this is the rugged SSD, and this is the typical rugged drive. That's basically a form factor that's, a laptop drive inside. I just want to show you how much smaller it is. It literally fits right on the silver part of the drive. I just find that so unique. I don't think that was by design. I just think it's the way it worked out, but I happen to like it. Little bit of something Gary finds kind of cool and coincidental. What does rugged mean? Protect your data, work with any computer, access it with the fastest connectivity. That's why we've got USB 3, we've got RAID, we've got USB-C, we've got Thunderbolt. These drives really do a great job. They're trusted, they're used by everyone. And in fact, if you go to the Apple store and you go to the Apple Genius Bar and they pull out a drive where they're going to recover or restore your data for your device, be it an iPad or a MacBook Air, or even a full Mac Pro, the odds are they're going to pull one of these out, and that's where that data lives. And that to me is like the greatest stamp of approval that any product I've ever sold has had, when it's what Apple standardizes, not just to sell in their stores, but actually for their tech support. Here's another one that's kind of cool. Works with iPad Pro. Now, when this first came into the presentation, I said to the guys, I said, are there really that many content creators, working with an iPad or an iPad Pro to create video? And I found out there are. Not only are a lot of content creators doing it, there's a lot of apps that can help you do it. So we're going to get into that a little bit. But one of the cool things about this is you connect these drives through USB-C to your iPad Pro, and you can actually use the video right in there when you're editing, which is pretty cool. You can also connect to docking stations, and you can take your files on the go wherever you go, which is pretty important. Now, what apps do we recommend? Well, here are some recommended mobile video apps that are out there. There's Adobe Rush, which is getting great reviews. There's KineMaster. LumaFusion is kind of on the top of the end, and iMovie, which is free. But, there's even more. There's also things like Filmic Pro you can use to shoot better and make your iPad or your iPhone give you more cinematic control of the camera and the settings and stuff like that. And there happen to be a lot of people producing some really cool content, just with an iPad Pro. So kudos to you if you're doing it. And if you're doing it, you want to get your hands on one of these puppies or one of these, your choice. Here's really what I think is so cool about the LaCie stuff, and that is multi-year warranties and rescue recovery service. Now, first, let's look at the rescue recovery services, because this is really what's cool. Guys, I'd love to tell you that whatever hard drive you buy, if you buy this LaCie hard drive, it's going to work forever. It's never going to break. It's never going to screw up. It's never going to drop. It's never going to make a mistake. It's never going to crash or what have you. But, the truth of the reality is, at some point, hard drives, even SSDs, give up the ghost. Things go wrong. As rugged as it is, maybe you drop it from, the roof of your house, or you drive over it on your car, whatever you did. Well, LaCie drives come with rescue data recovery services. Now, this comes with your drives. This is so cool. Your data is risk-free. You're going to get it back. Now, sometimes your data gets corrupted, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a process you're going to have to send the drive back to them, but they have a 95% success rate, which I think is so cool. And this data recovery comes up free. So can you bring this up full screen? There's a little bit of fine print on here. So I want to give people a chance to read, what to expect and, the length of product recoveries and stuff. So, and the other thing that's kind of goes without saying is they'll recover data from your drive once. It's a one-shot deal. It's kind of like first time, okay, second time, nah, they'll still do it for you, but there's going to be a fee. So it's very cool, and we recommend that as soon as you get your LaCie drive, that you register for your data recovery. So let's go over the data recovery services, because different drives come with different levels of data recovery. So the bigger, faster drives in the content creation space that you can see up here are more 5-year. When it's a RAID, because there's multiple drives involved, they drop it down to a 3-year warranty for the data recovery. And then the older little rugged USB-C and secure, those are a 2-year data a limited warranty. But very cool. They all come with the data recovery, and they come with the warranty of 2 to 5 years. And look at how many drives come with 5 years. That's just a phenomenal warranty. And kudos to LaCie. They stand behind their product. What can I tell you? It's great. Now we're going to take a little break. I'm going to drink a little bit of water. We're going to re-roll the bump again, and we're going to come into the LaCie product lineup. And just a little note, someone shifted that over towards you guys, so I'm not looking at the camera anymore when I look at it. That monitor is my monitor. So leave it where it is. But all right, at this part of the show, we are going to go into LaCie product overview. We just did the show on the 5 things we really love about LaCie that make LaCie the right choice for content creators. You can see that in the first part of the video, which we'll link to at the end here. If you're watching this live, you're seeing it continuously. But now if you're watching it in the edited version, you're going to see the LaCie product roundup part of the show. So here we go. We're going to do it. We're going to see that you can see. Bring this up full screen if we could. LaCie's got a wonderful array of product solutions that you can use that are external product solutions for laptop, desktop, professional, prosumer, personal. You know, my favorite drives are really those portable SSDs in the middle and, you know, some of these high capacities like the big docks and the stuff like this. So we're going to get into them. But before we get into that, let's cut back over to this shot because this gives us kind of an overview of what we've got here. So I want to go through this. This is the LaCie rugged SSD, and I'm put it on this pad on purpose because it kind of really shows you the grid lines, which are each an inch to really show you, you know, how big these drives are because they're really small. So this is the rugged SSD. The rugged Pro is exactly the same look. It's black and it's got a faster throughput because it's Thunderbolt 3. This is the LaCie rugged right here, and this is their rugged family. This is the mobile drive right here, and I'm going to put this over this so you can see it's really about the same size, a little different case. And these two I want to get into, and I wanted to put them up here. This is the LaCie One Dock, and it's the One Dock with SSDs, and this is the Big Dock 2, and we're going to get into those a little bit later in the show, but I wanted you to see a size comparison of how all these lay out before we went into the rest of the whole show. So let's start with the Rugged Boss SSD. Now, the Rugged Boss SSD is a cool product because it's not just a drive. It also comes with the ability for you to transfer while you're on the road and transfer your files to and from. So content ingest and preview on the location and go. Now, it's got a 1 terabyte SSD in it with up to 400 megabytes per second of performance, but it's a really cool drive, looks really neat, and I think it's very cool if you're on the road or out in the field and you're going to need to get your files on or off something into something. The Boss drive is a great way to go. Next is the rugged SSD. I've talked about this puppy a lot. This happens to be probably what is my favorite drive in the LaCie family, one of my favorite hard drives of all. I use one. The guys use them. We use them for all our videos and stuff like that. What makes this puppy that I love is you're getting over 1,000 megabytes throughput. So this is able to handle 4K, whatever you throw at it, can do it. It is solid. I'm going to drop it. We don't care. I know that was too big a bang. Sorry about that because this thing's rugged. That drop's not even going to hurt it in any shape or way. And if we can go to the top one, I want to show, you know, it's got this silicon gel around it, and it's just got one connector. It's that USB-C connector. But with that USB-C connector, we're getting over 1,000 megabits of throughput. So that's really incredible on what this does. 5-year warranty, plus data recovery, and just pull this up full page. Look at the prices. 2 terabytes for under $500, $499. The 1 terabyte's $299. The 500 is $179.99. But I got to tell you, $299 for a terabyte or $499 for 2 terabytes. If you are a content creator on the go, this is the drive for you. Now, of course, some of us need even more throughput. And if you're doing really heavy, intense 4K work, 1,000 isn't going to cut it. You need to flood that bus. And the bus that you can flood is Thunderbolt 3. And this rugged SSD Pro will put everything it has on it. You get 2,800 megabits of throughput. It's going to cost you a little bit more for that throughput. And once again, 1 terabyte for $399.99, 2 terabytes for $699.99. It is also USB-C compatible. So don't think that you can't use it with C, which I think puts that drive in a very unique spot because you get the maximum throughput of 2,800. But if you don't have Thunderbolt 3, but you have a USB-C jack, say on your laptop or another one of your computers, you still get over 1,000. So very cool product. Love it. The NVMe inside runs super fast, super reliable, super drive. Next, the one Big Dock SSD Pro, up to 2,800 megabytes. Why? Because there are SSDs in this puppy. Now, I'm picking this one up because I really want to show it off. Which camera you go to, I'll just look at. I'm going to follow you, Adam. Cool. This is the drive right here. It's a great drive. It's lightweight. You've got a card reader built into it, which is impressive. With all the fastest, it's got the really fast connectors in it for the faster media. And it's also got Thunderbolt and USB-C. And if we could show that upstairs, I want to just show how this There we go, the jack panel on it. There we go. I'm trying to play with it, get the lighting the right way. So you've got your jacks over there. It actually is a dock as a unit. It's lightweight. It's a cool product. I really think this is important for when you're, let's say, I want to call this unit not mobile or rugged, but it's certainly portable. It's something you can throw in a backpack or a bag or a suitcase and bring on you on the road, and you can absolutely be editing whatever kind of 4K storage, 4K footage you're working on. The 2 terabyte is $12.99. The 4 terabyte is $24.99. I love this concept of workflow if you're the real high-end content creator. Now, if you're doing a long form 1 hour documentary, yeah, 4 terabytes is going to cut it for you. But if you're doing stuff like commercials, little spots up to 5 minutes, maybe you're a YouTuber, but you want to record your stuff in the best possible quality, even though you might not be streaming it at 4K, you know that if you get in the best possible quality now and upload it that way, you're going to get the best results. So I really love the One Big Dock SSD Pro. I recommend it very highly, especially if you use it with either this drive or the Black Pro version. Just a great workflow in itself. And it's just, I love how they put the fastest, CFast Express, CFast 2.0, and SD card readers in there. Just, once again, great job by LaCie. The One Big Dock, not as fast. It's only got a single drive in it, so you're only going to get 280 megabytes. I can't recommend this for 4K workflows. I can recommend it for people doing some HD stuff, but what I can recommend it for is, let's say you've got a laptop and you want a dock and you want to add some additional storage at the same time. Well, this is a great way to enhance your just home organization of everything, even if you're not going to edit video on it. Up to 18 terabytes. I mean, this is insane. The 10 terabyte for $519. Now you can have this dock as part of your workflow with your laptop. You can archive all your videos off to the dock when you're done. And while it's not fast enough to edit 4K, you still put 4K footage on there, because I want you to remember something. To edit video, we need the throughput that's capable of getting that data through in real time. But to archive and back it up, it's just ones and zeros, bits and bytes. You can back it up to a cloud, you can back it up to a drive that you keep locally. And this is a great choice for that, especially you take all your cards, you immediately back up the footage onto this puppy, and then when you're ready to edit, you move what you're going to edit onto a faster drive. A cool workflow. Here's the pricing starting at $354. To me, the 10 terabyte at $519, that's the real sweet spot. The 2 Big Dock Thunderbolt 3. This puppy, 490 megabytes, so you're going to be able to do 4K compressed video workflows. That's this one right here. Let's go to one of those top shots again so we can show it off. This has 2 spinning drives in it, so you're going to get massive amounts of size. You can see you've got your card readers here, and your card readers a little bit more standard, your card readers. It's an SD and a compact flash card slot, but let's go to the back of this puppy, because you've got the whole jack panel there that's got your USB-C and your dual Thunderbolt 3 ports. So you can daisy chain this sucker very easily. And what I really like about this is it's a great unit to have as a cornerstone of your HD and soon to be 4K compressed workflows. And it's got great prices when you need massive amount of storage. I mean, look at this, 20 terabytes for $1,004. Now, I'll have to tell you, I'm going to have to put a call into the LaCie pricing committee again, because I don't understand why this drive isn't $999 for 20 terabytes. But neither here nor there. I'll tell you what, if you call Oliver and you tell him you want the drive for $999, we're going to give it to you just because I said it on the show, and I'm sure I'll get in trouble for it, but we could do better on the pricing of this for sure. So that's the Big Dock 2 Thunderbolt. Let's try to get these priced at price points that make sense. All right. The 2 Big Raid, similar product. It's black instead of silver. Doesn't have the dock. Gets you the same throughput, same performance everywhere else. 4 terabytes starting at $354. 28 terabytes up to $1,104. So that's a great drive of a basic RAID type storage, which you can do it as RAID 0 or RAID 1. Let's talk about that a little bit. Why would you want one or the other? Well, RAID 0 is going to get you the fastest throughput. That's when both drives are rated together against each other to give you the maximum throughput. Now, the risk is if either drive goes bad, you lose all your data. But once again, I'm not going to make you worry about that. Let's concentrate on the throughput and the performance that you get. RAID 1 means mirrored. That's where the 2 drives have the identical information on it, which is really great if you're going to be backing up and using it for archives. So if you had the 16 terabyte, you'd have 2 8 terabyte drives mirroring each other. So if one goes bad, the other is there protecting your data. We don't have it on the desk, but the professional 6-bay desktop hardware RAID is a great unit. We've done some shows on that RAID before. What I really love about the LaCie RAIDs is their RAID management software. I can use all 6 drives into one big RAID, or I can configure it into 2 drives and 4 drives in a RAID for whatever my needs are, for whatever I'm doing. When we list the storage here, it's the amount of drives you have. So the 48 is basically 6 drives of 8 gigabytes each. Forgot how to do math. The 84 is 6 times 12, and that's the kind of size that you have in it. They're great drives. They're wonderful. You may notice when we go to the next slide, we're not going to show you the 12 bay. The 12 bays are not available anymore. The 6 bay is a great drive, and my hope is that in the future, maybe we get a 6 bay drive kind of like this one that's got a dock built into it too. So if you're watching the show, LaCie, and I know the product managers are, give me a version of the 6 drive with some card readers in it. I think that would be real exciting and real fun. You're going to get throughputs up to 1,400 megabytes per second. What I love about this is you can do RAID 5 for redundancy, which gets you more speed and redundancy at the same time, not like RAID 0. If you want to know more about RAIDs, we've done shows explaining different RAID types, so I'm not going to go into it right now, but 6 drives at RAID 5 gives you a phenomenal non-linear editing, massive amount of storage to do work even in 4K. One of the things I want to mention also is that LaCie really knows about the aesthetics of the drive, but they also understand that it's got to be super quiet too. So LaCie drives have Noctua fans in them that keeps them really, really, silent. Enterprise class discs, 5-year warranty, and like I said, I love how they have their RAID management software. I think it's super cool. Oh, next, almost forgot about this one. The LaCie Rugged RAID Shuttle. I got marbles in my mouth, guys. I've messed up just about every other product name. I apologize for that, but up to 250 megabytes of transfer speeds, a great little portable drive. I like how they went with a flat rather than a stacked form factor because it fits a lot better like in a backpack, especially if you're a student backpack with a laptop on it. I love how it fits in that flat space. I wish I had one up here, but we're sold out right now. We'll get more in soon, but we don't have one in stock, so we didn't have one that we could show you. But I like it. It can do RAID 0, RAID 1. Great little unit. Like the way they changed the form factor on it. And the Rugged RAID Pro is 2 little drives rated on top of each other, 240 megabytes per second transfer speed. More traditional. It's kind of like this drive, but a little bit thicker, because it's got the 2 drives stacked on it, 4 terabytes for $249.99. And then just the go-to drive. What this is, the LaCie Rugged USB-C. It's the go-to drive if you're looking for a small portable drive to give you extremely more storage at a low cost, at an affordable price. Just look at it, 1 terabyte for $84.99 up to 5 terabytes for $179.99. So, not a bad thing. And the 130 megabytes for transfer speed is really not fast enough for anything more than, compressed HD editing, but it's a great drive to back up all your stuff, your music, your photos, your files, and you can back up your video files on it too, or pull them off of your memory cards and put them onto it, with your laptop when you're in the field. Rugged Secure USB-C, very exciting. Security is becoming a bigger issue more and more every day, and people want to know that their drives have some kind of encryption on it. These drives do, 130 megabytes per second transfer speed, AES 256 hardware encryption, up to 2 terabyte capacity, $129.99, a nice little portable and rugged secure drive. And last but not least, the LaCie mobile drives. You see them, you can find them at your Best Buy, you can find them at basically every single electronics and computer store in the world. Sleek design, lavish space, they look good, they work good. 1 terabyte for $74.99, the 4 terabyte at $144.99, 5 terabyte at $164.99. Great little products, very rugged. Not as rugged as the Rugged with the rubber cushions, but these still are very solid, work great, and they're a 2-year warranty. All right, so that brings us to the conclusion of our rundown of our LaCie product line that goes with our top 5 reasons pro content creators trust LaCie Storage. I hope you liked today's show. I hope you liked the fact that I picked an orange shirt to match the LaCie orange color that goes with everything. If we could get a shot, if we get the P100 to show that shot on these drives, I'm really excited about all these drives. I think when you see them all together, it helps lay out a little bit. So I'm going to walk down all the drives categories we covered today quickly. So we have right here, we've got the rugged SSD. This is the rugged, this is the mobile, this is the SSD dock, and this is the 2-drive, Big 2 SSD dock. Great products, love them. They do a great job. I can't speak highly enough about LaCie Storage. LaCie does a good there's a reason why you see these orange drives everywhere, because they are really that good. And now I'm going to ask a little question for those people who saw the pre-show. I'm going to recap why are these drives orange and colored the way they are and shaped the way they are. And if you watched our pre-show, you know the answer to that. It's because the designer was inspired by an NBA basketball. So there you go, a little bit of trivia for you to end the show and to begin the show. I want to thank everyone for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube, watch us on Facebook, show the love. And remember, we have live people here. If you call 800-323-2325, we'd be happy to talk to you about the different LaCie drives, the different sizes, configurations, your connectivity to put you in the right drive for your right budget, for what your needs are. You can talk to any of us. We're happy to help you out, whether you're streaming or video editing or a YouTube producer. Either way, your content needs to go on something, and the LaCie drive is a great, fantastic external choice. So this is Gary from Video Guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Thank you for watching this week's Video Guys live webinar. We go live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to our Facebook and YouTube pages with the latest news on live streaming, video editing, and video storage technology.
Join us next week for our monthly Ask the Video Guys webinar.
Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.